And what he hopes is a fresh start after 26 goals last year, a low in a full season for him.
And he's going to get plenty of opportunity. He played over almost 25 minutes last night, so he should be getting lots of ice time, all the quality ice he can handle, power play, first line minutes. They're using him to kill penalties in all different situations. Here he is on his first line rush, feeling pretty good, and of course the fans love to see him crash into the boards, and like any veteran player, he goes right to the equipment man, Tony DeCosta, and says, hey, what's going on with my edges right now? We might need to fix this after the play, get it across the line, then decide to dump it in. Not do that. Danny Heatley, new role for him, killing penalties, hasn't done that in San Jose very often.
Backstrom will love that.
Current time 0 hours 0 minutes 45 seconds.
Philip Kuba also heard it a little bit from the fans in the pregame ceremony. And those three veteran defensemen, Gonchar, Kuba, and Phillips, have had their struggles in the first couple of games.
And those are the guys they need to rely on to be better. Minnesota working their way back into this first period. A lot of it from Mikko Koivu. Look at him dance in traffic, gaining the zone, and that's what he can do for this line. Be the puck carrier again. The strength coming out of the pile into the offensive zone, and then they start throwing it around. You get all kinds of chances on Craig Anderson. Look at Danny Heatley. That was blocked by his old buddy Jason Spezza right in the slot. Jason Spezza showing some defense time. Philippe Kuba. Danny Heatley, he's got a knack for creating offense. You can always see his stick presented to his passers. He finds a way to get open in the offensive zone for that quick release.
Sent to Minnesota to deal with after the opening 20 minutes of play on goals by Brodziak and Setaguchi. Here's James Duthie with our first intermission.
For a while to create. McCulloch traded for Danny Heatley, and this game would mean a little something to him, even though Danny Heatley doesn't even play for San Jose, his former team, anymore. When you play against a team that has the player you once traded for, you're always measuring yourself against them, and I'm sure he had a little extra jump knowing he's going up against Heatley once again.
Jonathan Chichu was the other player. Now Setaguchi comes over to talk to Neal. I doubt Setaguchi is going to tangle with Chris Neal, who is the NHL's most penalized player since the end of the work stoppage in 2005.
You like this out of Chris Neal, though, setting the tone, a little emotion, a little nastiness in this game, which the Ottawa Senators would need, and now it's Chris Neal and Cassian having a discussion. These are all positives for the Ottawa Senators right now.
Shots are 16-13 Ottawa. At one point it was 9-2 in favor of the Sens. Mash and out of play.
Been a tough start for Coach Paul McLean, still looking for his first win, or maybe his first goal in the first two periods, and this morning he gets caught up, a little slow foot by Zach Smith, and he went down in a heap. He was feeling that on his elbow.
That's why coaches in minor hockey have to wear helmets. It won't be long for NHL coaches have to wear helmets in practice. There's icing called against Minnesota, but Scandella is a player that Minnesota hopes could help at least fill the void left by the trade of Brent Burns. So in exchange for Burns, Minnesota got Devin Setaguchi, Charlie Coyle, who was a San Jose first-round pick playing at Boston College, and another first-round pick in last year's draft.
So that is a strong return.
Minnesota and San Jose spent the summer on the...
You can feel the energy in the building. That was a nice neutral zone play by the Ottawa Senators. Nicholas Backstrom was sharp on the glove save on Daniel Alfredsson. A good pass by Carlson up the middle. Right back to Alfredsson after he took the original pass. Better save by Backstrom.
Good period.
Well, McCulloch having a little chat with Cal Clutterbuck. A lot of that going on, but Zenon Konopka, the nice hands in front, and that's Brett Bulmer's got to learn to take a better angle on a player. If Zenon Konopka can dance around you, certainly most players in the league would be able to. Timing will be more important for Brett Bulmer as he gets going here in his NHL career. Who takes it in wide as Greening whacks away, and that's the vision passing of Jason Spezza we've come to expect.
Now Regan will step in against Brodziak. Into the Ottawa bench. Mikko Koivu, Mike, ranked for you as one of the most underrated players in the league?
Absolutely. I think he should have a fantastic season with Danny Heatley as his trigger man. He is so strong on the puck, so skilled, reliable defensively. He's grown as a player into a captain, led Finland to the World Championship this past spring. He's one of the best all-around centermen in the game.
Last year, Minnesota was a point out of a playoff spot when he suffered a broken finger that required surgery. He missed 11 games. Minnesota won 3 of them, and that was it for the Wild's playoff hopes.
Well, and you look what's in behind him in this lineup. Matt Cullen, Kyle Brodziak, good players, but far from the offensive force that Koivu can be. He is so important to the Wild's success.
So the Wild draw the first 2. Minnesota's got, or Ottawa rather's got 1 to pull close. And after 40 minutes, it's 2-1, the Wild leading. Here comes our second intermission, and your host, James Duthie.
Which is saying something, the amount of times he takes healthy runs at guys, never gets his elbows up, never gets them from behind. You think with the amount of hits he takes, the odd one would go wrong where he gets suspended, so that's a credit to him and the way he plays.
Tomorrow night, we'll have Vancouver visiting Philadelphia. Then on Thursday, the Winnipeg Jets are in Chicago to take on the Blackhawks.
They'll be just happy to get their season going without all the hype surrounding that opening game in Winnipeg. Just get to playing.
Strange for a lot of teams to start this season who aren't playing a lot. San Jose's only played once. They only played once, I think, in the first 8 days of the season. Winnipeg didn't play its opener until Sunday. It doesn't play again until Thursday. 3-3.
The action one creates some space by driving the defender back. And look at this backhand pass, a little zip on it to Rundblad. Glorious opportunity, good save by Backstrom. Play continues on. Jason Spezza right in the slot, pulls it side of the net, and then he decides to jump on the crossbar and eventually sits on Nicholas Backstrom's lap. Darryl Powell helps him in there. Good no call by Don Van Massenhoven there. Keep things 5-on-5.
A great chance, this time turned away by Backstrom.
Danny Heatley has been pretty quiet tonight. An assist on a power play goal, but he gets a puck here. David Rundblad all gapped out, very tired, can't close the gap at all, and that's that quick wrister that is so dangerous for Danny Heatley, trying to go top glove for Craig Anderson.
Acosta steps into the face-off against Matt Cullen and wins it. That's not what that man wanted to see in that situation. And now, timeout will be called by Ottawa, I believe, as seems to be the indication from McLean.
He's going to want to settle this one down. Minnesota is asking them to review the clock to make sure they get their full allotment of time.
It did appear as though the clock ran a little bit after the whistle had gone. There have been some clock issues tonight. Right now it shows 1.7 seconds left.
That's where it's going to stay.
Because of the icing, Regan will have to take the face-off against Koivu. Wins it blocked, and then right as the horn sounds.
So far this season has managed to rally, come all the way back after being down 2 in the third period, and they've played very well.
So line 44-25, the shots for Ottawa.
All it takes is one, and Minnesota's got a couple guys who are pretty good, opportunistic players. Danny Heatley would like nothing more to end this night with an overtime winner here in Ottawa.
Scores! Ottawa wins!